Globally, there is a shift towards electric vehicles, either through climate change concerns or because fuel prices are driving more consumers to consider fuel-efficient options. Either way, more manufacturers are steering towards providing consumers with EV options, and will do so until the traditional motor car with the internal combustion engine is the exception and no longer the rule.
I think it was about 4 years ago now that Volvo decided to make the strategy to be fully electric by 2030, and then half of the sales should be fully electric by 2025. And this is just another model to take us to that level. And for us, it's the care for the environment, really. So we do have some steep targets in terms of emissions and being carbon neutral by 2040. And this is just another car that will contribute to that.
It's just simply better technology. It's simpler technology. An internal combustion engine vehicle has 2,000 moving parts. Electric vehicle has 200. The service intervals are massive. That could change the landscape from a used and a new market point of view, because consumers will likely keep the cars longer. There's less serviceability of the car. You don't have to have oils changed and parts replaced.
South Africa is expected to see an impressive growth in the electric vehicle market over the next 4 years, with statistics pointing to projections of an annual growth for 2024 at 16.93%. That means a potential reach of over $32 million in revenue for this year alone, while China continues to lead the way globally with a projected revenue of $319 million. The rest of the world is playing catch-up, with South Africa the most prominent in Africa.
The EV market will grow undoubtedly, but you've got to take into consideration that it's coming off a very low base, because there are hardly any of them on the road at the moment. So yes, there's potential growth in the pipeline. Still very, very small compared to Europe and other first world countries, but yes, there's opportunity to grow, and they will become more and more of a common sight on our roads.
In terms of the electricity challenges, I think if you speak to the people who drive electric cars, it's a non-issue for them. So you plug the car in at night, the next morning it will be charged. Whether you have 2 or 4 hours in between that's not being charged at all, that's no problem. And very seldom do we actually charge it from zero, from 10%. Average trip in South Africa is maybe 50, 60, 70 kilometers per day, so it's quite easily doable. And then the infrastructure, the public infrastructure, is expanding all the time as well, so doing longer trips is becoming easier and easier. So no, we think that this is the right time.
It is anticipated that by the end of 2028, South Africa will sell around 1,400 electric vehicles. Currently, around 630 are bought per year, with over 700 to be purchased by the end of the 2024 financial year. However, price remains a barrier to entry for many consumers compared to the more popular motor vehicles. But with more charging stations being added around the country, currently South Africa has over 300, more manufacturers entering the market, providing more people with options. It means the shift to EVs and greener energy solutions looks set to increase for the foreseeable future. CS Du Plessis, CGTN, Johannesburg, South Africa.